Scorpio, how you doing? Welcome to your energy tarot reading here on the Astroflower, going from the 18th through to the 24th of November. Happy birthday to all of you having your birthday in the season of Scorpio, in the last part of Scorpio. We have Pluto going from Capricorn into Aquarius. We're going to be doing a live collective reading on that where you can ask questions and so forth. That'll be on the 19th, Tuesday the 19th. Hopefully see you all there. There is also the energy updates and so forth. And if you've seen them, you'll know the elements that we will be going into a little bit later on, putting some cards on what the energy is trying to bring as a message to you through your tarot reading this week. Let's just see what's going on with the overall energies for you in this section here. This is the general energies. This is flowing through you, as it were. A lot of logic going on, and this is profound logic as well in regards to relationships. It seems to be like on the relationship side you're rationalizing a lot of things in relationships, which is going to clear a lot of clutter in your life, which would be really good. So and yeah, it's very strong. Scorpio, seems like you're really sort of like standing in your power on that sort of sense. On that sort of side. That means when you do that, and when it's really clear and you stand in your power like that, it's much easier for the outside world to actually fall in love with you, because you're falling in love with who you are. That's the sort of, being honest with yourself and falling in love with it. Warts and all. We've all got warts, don't worry about it. But it's really beautiful to see. It's really beautiful to see. It's a real sort of, it's like you're taking off a weight around your shoulders in the relationship side. On your financial side, let's just see what's going on there within you. Okay, this is a little bit more tricky. Communication is key here, and not necessarily communicating a lot. But at the same time, and this is where it's a double-edged sword, just be wary of overthinking things on your financial side. Just be wary about that. But yeah, communication is key. And as I said, not all the time communicating means speaking. I think it was Arthur who taught, it was, no, what was his, not Gandalf, is it? What's his name? Who's the wizard out of Arthur and the Round Table? It is, oh, blimey. I'm going to get in trouble for this. Okay, so that wizard, yeah. It's not Gandalf. I don't have Gandalf. So yeah, that wizard there taught Arthur three things principally. He taught Arthur how to communicate, and he taught Arthur through communication through listening. Because when you can listen, that means you can speak. He also taught him how to rest and be active. And the other one was something like, what was the other one? Movement and something like that, be spiritually engaged, and I think it's to do with the negative and the positive. I'll look into it. But anyway, communication is key. Okay, so that's what we are coming into Sagittarius season, so happy birthday also to those Sagittarians, although you may well be cross-watching and what have you. You get the Knight of Wands. We were talking about knights, Arthur and all of that. And I nearly had it there. And yeah, so it's all about it's exciting energy. I think you're poised to go on an adventure. This is what I feel like on the relationship side, as much as on your financial side. And on the financial side, it's a little bit more sort of, there's a little bit more sort of stress. On the relationship side, it's really sort of like, as I said, lifting off that weight and enjoying the moment and actually getting in, dancing, singing, what have you. You know what I mean? You know you're really good at it. When you want to party, you can party, Scorpio, at your own level. I always love a cup of tea and dance, But whatever suits your boat, as it were, floats your boat. But it's this sort of like vibrant energy that's coming through as well that I think you're learning. I think this is where you've learned how to control that, so you don't get yourself in a sticky situation. That's the sort of sensation I'm getting off of it. Let's just see what's going on the financial side. Merlin. Thank you, Merlin. I'll remember all the lessons now. Okay, so here we go. On the karmic path. This is the attitude that sort of, and it seems like you have to go through this in order to get your rewards. It is like the idea of if you love yourself, it's you can fall in love with someone else, and someone else can fall in love with you. Sort of scenario here, but it's like sort of like I I deserve love, you know, and this is how it's going to be. It's a real sort of determination, and I think you need to go through that to set some real sort of clear signals in your life. So the person that you're interested in, or you're in a relationship with, or want to get in a relationship with, has those clear signals as well, and therefore they can act upon them, because it builds a lot of confidence within the situation. There's a lot of confidence coming from within you, and in your connection into the outside world. There's a real sort of spiritual zest to it, and a sort of kind of like, this is spiritually what I should be doing as well. It's all sort of falling into place really nicely, this mission for you. Okay, and on your past self was a lot of, there was a lot of fire, there was a lot of passion, could have been a bit argumentative in the past, and I think this is what you've learned is, you know, when you're going to wield your power, don't wield it all the time, because then you devalue it. And I think this is where this is a great learning process, and I think it's a trigger within you. You've understood, and your future self. I get like flowers. I get cups. A really nice cup, a very, in French you call it fruited. It's like really thin and defined. Really nice cup. Cup of love, basically. And it's not just love with one thing, it's or a person. It's a love with life. It's like everything seems to be sitting into place for you. Okay, or you've got that possibility without shadow, without doubt. What's the lessons in this week here? It's something about a sword drawn can never be reholstered. So in other words, I think it's like sort of here, it's sort of like when you impose your power, and you have incredibly good power, when you impose it like that, you can't take that back. So know that, and I think this is what the lesson is this week here, is how to actually apply that in your life. On your karmic path, as I said, this is how it is, this is how it's going to be, I deserve it. These are these healthy boundaries that you're putting in place. Absolutely fantastic. She's taking on that one there, and she's going off on a journey. She's going off on a mission, man. And that's the mission she's going off on with the Knight of Wands. And it's a really passionate mission. It's going to be absolutely beautiful for you, I think, once you allow the mission to happen. On your connection to the universe, you get the Seven of Swords. Also an incredibly intelligent way of doing things. Avoiding confrontation by being very intelligent about how you place yourself and position yourself. This is brilliant. This is totally up the street for the lesson for the week. And you know, like a sword cannot be resheathed. And this is this person here. You can see it. It's sheathed. It's unsheathed. It's drawn. The dagger is drawn. Oh, the wind's picking up. I might have to get my little stones out. Yes, so he's got this sword drawn, and to only do it intelligently when it is absolutely necessary. You've got it within you. That's fine. You know, it's pre-armed, pre-warned, as it were. You know what I mean? Or pre-warned, pre-armed sort of scenario going on there. From the past, yeah, as I said, I think there was difficulties. I think it was a bit passionate. It could have been a really passionate relationship that you had with someone, but actually it was destroying you and destroying another person. That sort of scenario. And it could be with friends and family and so forth, but whatever it is, that's very much in the past, and that's what's really coming through from the past now. It's helped you to really position yourself, and with that positioning has allowed you to fall in love. Let's see what this cup and this flower is all about. It's all about the power with you. Look at that. King of Wands going off on that there with the Ten of Cups. That's what you're transferring it into, and your joy is just this mission, this joyful mission is all about empowering you. and in a most beautiful way, Scorpio, in a really beautiful way. There's a lot of spiritual sort of stuff attached to it, which I know you're going to enjoy. I know you're going to enjoy the idea of being, being at one with energy, being in a righteous path and what have you. I think it's absolutely brilliant for you. Yeah, really, really good. So stepping into your power in the future. As I said, the cup looked like this wand here. It was very fruited. I don't know how to say it in English. You might be able to tell me in French. I'll be able to look it up later on and I'll tell you the translation. But yeah, it's getting rid of all your doubt and really stepping into your power. Absolutely phenomenal. Okay, once your sword is drawn, you can't retract it, and it will only breed. If you can't control that side of you, you will be disappointed. So you do need to sort of like know your strengths. When you know your strengths, you just kind of like, you don't choose. It's like, I wouldn't, if my life depended on it, I probably wouldn't play basketball against a famous basketball player. I'll probably try another sport like darts against a famous darts player, because I've got more chance, because that's one of my strengths. You know what I mean? So it's playing to your strengths here and just recognizing it. So, it is a double-edged sword, certainly, but I think you've got the greatest capacity in order to deal with it all. Let's just see what's going on your financial side. Okay, there is a certain reticence to go forward, and this is where I'm sort of saying communication may not necessarily be speaking. And on your karmic path, it's almost sort of saying we've got to step into this position, and that could be getting a new job, starting your business, or taking your business in another direction, or creating your project or taking your project in another direction. Whatever it is, it needs to happen at some point. Let's just see what's going on in the rest of this, because there's something obviously that's holding back. On your connection to the universe, the synchronicities, coincidences, other people that are around you, networking, it's almost like you're fishing. And this is where maybe communication, you don't need to be communicating everything. You need to put things out and, bring only the people that you need into your life, which will help you in your material world. Okay? And from your past, there's been a lot of work, and it's played into this. I think you've been building and playing and constructing this adventure in the material world that you are embarking upon. And I think you've done a lot. I think there's a lot of strength and wealth and knowledge and everything that is behind you. You actually know a lot, Scorpio. It's now how do you apply it? In your future self, yeah, it's a real case of nurturing here. It's nurturing. It's nurturing something that is good for you. It's nurturing this project, nurturing this sort of adventure. But it seems to be like nurturing so you get the revenue. So basically, when you start a business or a project, you're probably not going to see any returns in it in the first year. And then after the first year, the second year, you're going to get returns that are going to really cover your costs. And then in the third year, that's when you want to start making the profit. And I feel that that's like a third year scenario here. It feels like you're sort of going into a stage kind of going, well, I've got my security. I want to take it to the next level now. I really want to take it to the next level. And that's where you're nurturing it. So I wouldn't give away your ideas too easily, because someone may pinch them. What's the lesson for this week here? Yeah, it is sort of saying, shh, calm, relax. Don't give it away. Don't give it away. Play your cards close to your chest. That's what I think the lesson is for this week here. Two of Cups. Yeah, your karmic path was like that. It was sort of like it's pulling backwards, but it wants to go forward. And it's like it's saying to you, you have everything within you to be totally in alignment with either this job, business, or project that you're doing. And you have to pull it into a line with you now. And there's some of this authority that you have on your relationship side. I think you could apply it a little bit on your financial side. Just try not to overthink too things, and try not to make things too fancy. You know, keep it simple, stupid, as they say, the KISS method. Yeah, keep it simple. Fishing. Okay? This is where you don't want to put your emotions into it. Okay, this was on the relationship side. Obviously, this would be a very painful ending of a relationship. It's not. So it's not. That's not what the message comes out of this here. For me, on the financial side, the Three of Swords is more of a warning card, sort of saying, when you're fishing, don't put all your eggs in one basket saying, if I don't catch this fish, that's it, it's done. Because you're only going to ruin your future. You're not going to be open to the opportunities. And that's what you need to be open to and allow those opportunities to really come through for you. In the past, you've got the world. Yes, the world contains every element, water, fire, air and earth. And you have done this. This is going into a whole new dimension. I think you've stepped into that. As I said, I think you're on the third year, or third cycle of this. And it's now, you might have been planning a lot. And now you've got to open the business so you can actually start earning some money rather than just spending money, you know, on it. And I think you're very sensitive to that. And I think it's very clear. And in your future self, look at that. There's loads of rewards. There's a great deal of possibilities. It's nurturing these rewards for you. And allowing you then to experience life. Once you start earning out of it, you're going to be able to experience life by actually investing in your family, in your friends, in your life. And it's going to be absolutely brilliant. Yeah, family, friends, and your life. Keep your cards close to your chest. I think this is, because it's the opposite to the Three of Swords down here, I think the actual real message is when the cards, if you imagine the cards being people who are close to you in your life, in your financial life, and I wouldn't try and grab everybody. I'd be very, very select about it. So maybe here is like when it went, keep your cards close to your chest. I think here is within the group there, you've got to recognise those that you can trust and those that you can't in your working space. And this could be within your career path, within the business you're working with. Could be in a lot of things, you know. So, yeah, let's just see what the energies are going to be bringing in. So let's, without further ado, let's just bring up the sun here. Here we go. There's the sun there. So this is the sun from since the beginning of November. One thing we'll notice is these two little corona holes that go out. You would have seen these on the energy updates that we've been doing. We got replaced by another big sort of corona holes here. That was by the equator. Now it's gone to the poles, and now it's going back to that midsection and the equator again. And this is that breathing aspect of the energies. And this is where it's breathing earth. There's a lot more earth coming back. It did vanish for a while, and I think it's pushing out the air that's on the in the earth energy at the moment. So it's replacing that from ideas into reality. And that's what it's doing. The other factor that we've been talking about on the energy update, and where we get messages from the earth, the chakra sequencing on the energy lines and so forth. If you haven't seen it, please do go and see it. I think you'll like it. What's the thumbs down all about? Oh, blimey. Thumbs up. That's what it should be. No. Is it like that? I don't know. Anyway, we have filament energies. There's a lot of filament energies about. And you will see this filament energy here, that will be erupting. It erupted the other day, but it erupted very much into the south. You'll see it erupting as it goes here. It goes now. And there we go for the eruption on the, there it is there. So these eruption, that was going south, so it's not really going to hit the earth. But it was a very controlled eruption. Now, filament energy is water energy, emotional energy. Okay, so this emotional energy is being controlled, and that's all. That's everything we saw here. It's all about putting yourself in a controlled position where you have control over your emotional side of life, and you have a very strong control over your financial side. But it's very much on a different sort of level. But we do get other types of eruptions with the filament energies, and we went into that on the energy update. If you want to see more depth in that, you can be able to see that on the energy update, as I said. But there has been other eruptions which you may see, which are off in this sort of direction here, off in front of the Earth, as it were. So let's just bring up that eruption and let's just see it. And look at that beautiful eruption. But there is a lot of fire going on. So there may be, when you get a fiery filament eruption, it is fiery emotions. So what we might see in the world that is around us is fiery emotions going off in the world around us. But within you, you have to stay calm, cool, collected. When you do, that's when the elements and the energies are really going to play into your favor. Okay, so let's just see what elements we're going to be playing. We're going to be looking at within your flower. So let's just bring up your flower here. So we're looking at mainly water and earth elements, and as you can well see, you have those main earth elements that come in. That's the cardinal earth that comes in from Capricorn, and you have that mutable earth that comes in on from Virgo. At your base, you have a lot of water and air and earth. So this is where it's converting the ideas of the past here into your future, going off on that mission. On your relationship side here, because you've got that cardinal earth going into the cardinal water, it's giving you a definite direction in life where you're converting those ideas into a definite direction through your emotions into something very physical. So those are the things that we're going to be pulling on. I think mainly we're going to be pulling on a few cards on this section here and a few cards on this section here as well. So let's just bring your cards back up. There they are there. Absolutely brilliant. And we're going to sort of pull some cards. First things first, I think we should pull it on the relationship side, because I think that can give you strength on your financial side more than anything else. You got the Five of Swords. And this is from the outside, so that's explosive emotions, as it were. Don't get involved in complications, conflicts that doesn't serve you and everything like that. I think this is all about that whole sort of knife, keeping it well sheathed. And then you get the Eight of Swords. I think the energy there is really sort of like holding your nerve, sort of saying, okay, keep it calm, it's all right, everything's cool, stand your ground, stand in your power. Sort of scenario. Let's just see what the emotional drive in it is. Temperance, patience. Could that be associated with Scorpio? Actually, it can. I think Scorpio's got a huge amount of patience. No one sees it. Everyone sees that busy person on the surface, because Scorpio, you tend to be very busy, but you're very patient underneath. You know, really profoundly patient with life. And I think you've been patient long enough. And I think the energy here is setting you free. What's the ultimate goal out of that? I need to find what that is. A leap of faith. It's a leap of faith in yourself. And I think this is where the energy is sort of like liberating you to allow you to make that leap of faith. Let's just see what the messages coming in on the financial side. King of Pentacles. Yeah, going for this is Taurus energy. This is really good for you. This is all about knowledge. Understanding, that converts beautifully. As I said, you've done a lot of knowledge, and it's understanding how to get that abundance for you in a very, very calm and collective way. And it's because you are taking your direction, you're choosing the direction, and I think that's what's to do with the Knight of Wands as well, that's within you. And you get the Two of Swords as well with the Two of Cups. That's you being very clear about seeing both sides of the situation. When is it time to communicate and when it's time not to communicate? This is where you will be able to see very clearly the people within your financial world who you can and who you can't trust. So yeah, there you go, Scorpio. Thanking you very much for being here. Don't forget about the collective live on Tuesday. It'd be lovely to see you all there. We can all sort of ask questions and explore the ideas of the next 15 years. I will see you soon, either on the energy update or here. Thank you for all the support. In the meantime, don't forget, life should be fun, so please do enjoy.